Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. I know that many of y'all who watch this channel and who are subscribed and whatnot, you have bug out bags, right? You've got food put up. You've undoubtedly got some guns and ammo. You're prepared, and that's good. But what I want to talk to you guys today about is long-term preparedness. You know, in our future, we potentially have things like a financial collapse. I'm not the financial guru, but I follow people who are, and this country's in trouble. I mean, this house of cards could fall down at any time, right? And so there could be financial collapse or stagnation or something, right? I mean, money is running out. Money is run out, and they're going to have to take some steps, or it's going to fall apart. And if those steps happen, then the finances are going to be kind of ugly for people. We could have a solar flare. We keep hearing about that. You know, some flare goes off on the sun and it fries all the circuits and puts this country back to the 1800s technology-wise or something, right? But hey, it could happen. There could be war. There could be war on our soil. I believe that there's a probability higher than it has been in the last 20 years for nuclear war on our soil. There could be civil war, right? Hey, stuff happens. Just look at your history books. We could have natural disasters like New Madrid going off, or Yellowstone caldera, or that tidal wave that could come off the coast of Africa and hit the east coast. And you know, if any of these things happen, we're not bouncing back from that in 2 or 3 weeks or a month. You know, like we did with Katrina, or you know, some people say that hurricane that we had up in New York we're still not recovered from. I guess there's people still without power, but with events like this, at some point, you know, stockpiling stuff, stockpiling gear, you know, like I have out here, that's not enough, right? The gear's not going to save you. The food that you have stocked up in your pantry is going to run out. And so what I'd like to talk to you guys today about is being prepared for the long term. And when I say long term, I mean longer than a year. All right? Are you prepared to deal for a year? Are you ready to go for a year without? A year without grocery stores. A year without gasoline. A year without utilities. You know, are you ready to go for a year without electricity, oil, gas, propane deliveries, things like that? Are you ready to go for a year without law enforcement? You know, a lot of people go, yeah. You know, really, they do keep, you know, they are in many ways that thin blue line that keeps bad people from just going crazy. Are you ready to deal for a year without that kind of protection, if you will, going on? Probably you are, but I know a lot of people are not ready to go for a year without state and federal aid, right? You know, those little cards you get that you get to go to the grocery store with. And so I asked you the questions, but now I'd like to just give you some things to think about and some things that maybe you can do. Because if you've watched this channel at all, you know that I'm all about doing, right? And so here's some things that you can address now. And the first one, people hate when I bring this up, but it's still true, and that's location. You know, there's 3 things that are vital when selling or buying real estate. And those 3 things are location, 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 right? Hey, if you're not in a good place for bad times, you need to move. You need to move now. You can move now. Every time I say this, I get people whining on the internet, on my comments section. That's easy for you to say. I have no legs and no arms. I can't move. I mean, you know, come on. You can move. It's still a free country, and you can go where you want. The problem is that people don't like the consequences of that choice. They don't like the unknown, stepping into the unknown. They have a job. They have debt. Debt's horrible. Don't get into any more debt. Things like that, and they're like, no, I can't possibly move. Yeah, you can. Right? You could start walking right now and end up in, you know, northern Maine or southern California, or, you know, wherever. You could just move. So location's important. Are you in a place now that will do well for a year without? If you are, cool. If you're not, consider moving soon. What about your house? There are things you can do now to your house to get ready for a year without. You know, a year without utilities, a year without all that stuff. You can go ahead and weather seal your house now. Right now, Home Depot's open. Lowe's is open. Go get the little foam strips and seal off your light sockets. Get on the internet now and read about how to weatherproof your home better. Is now the time to put the new shingles on the roof? You know, so you can take care of things like that. You can add a wood stove in your house. I can't put a wood stove where I am. Okay, well, quit thinking that way and start thinking about what you can do. You know, I hate that attitude. That's a terrible attitude. That's a self-defeating attitude. I can't. What can you do? But, you know, a lot of people can put a wood stove in, maybe change your windows so they're better, and, you know, take advantage of the light, add a greenhouse to the outside of it to suck in some heat. I don't know, but start thinking about your house without power. Think about your house without air conditioning, right? Maybe if you add some porches onto your house so that the cooler air can flow into the house, something like that. I don't know, but start thinking about things you can do about your house. Here's another thing that people hate when I bring up: physical fitness. Y'all aren't fit. Not most of you. I tell you what, do this experiment. Ready? Here's a pastor telling you to do this. Get naked. Go take off all your clothes and stand in front of a full-length mirror. And then just look at yourself. Would you look at yourself? Turn sideways. Look at yourself in the mirror. How's that working for you? Yeah, really. Reality check. Don't worry about what the scale says. Look in the mirror. What does that say? Are you fit? Give yourself a couple tests, you know. Go down to the high school track on Sunday and run around it 8 times. I don't care how old you are. Go run around the track 8 times without stopping. How'd you do? You know, it's only 2 miles. Get on that scale. Weigh yourself. Take a third of your body weight, stick it in a rucksack, put it on your back, and go hike for 4 or 5 miles. How'd you do? Yeah, it's a simple task. Can you do it? You don't need to, you know, buy pills or go on a diet or drink this super protein power shake. You know what you need to do? You need to eat right. You know what eating right is. You need to not eat bad. And you need to exercise. You know, get your heart rate up. You know, stretch. Do some strength exercises. Get out and move that body. You know, it was designed to move. It wasn't designed to sit behind that computer. And so start exercising. I might do another video on exercising with a friend of mine. But the bottom line is you're going to need fitness for what's coming. You're going to need to be strong to handle a year without everything. Think about money, right? Some of you all have extra money. You know, you got money in a checking account, you got money in a savings account. If you do, think about maybe what is a better way to use that money. Like maybe buying axes, you know, wedges and splitting mauls. That might be a good investment of your money. If you have a lot of extra money, I would seriously recommend you consider buying precious metals, silver, gold, that kind of thing. Take physical possession of it and have it, because our dollar is going to get weaker. It's going to get a lot weaker, and I think it could get a lot weaker fast, and then all your 401k, savings accounts, checking accounts are going to be worth nothing. And so I'm kind of in a shopping mode right now with my money. I make it and I spend it. Again, I'm not a financial guru, guys. You know, if you want to invest in your 401k, that's up to you, but I'm giving you this advice for a year without. So think about money. And then something else that you see on this channel a lot is learn to do. Teach yourself to do. Do what? Do everything. Do it yourself. You know, there are people, there's some of y'all, pay people to mow your lawn. Mow your own lawn. There's people here who, when their lawnmower breaks, they throw it away. They pay somebody to haul it off, and they go buy a new one. Fix your lawnmower. You know, it's not rocket science. You can do it. You can learn how. Do you change your oil in your car? Do you change the brake pads in your car? Do you change the radiator in your car? You know, you can do these things. What it takes is some time with a book. You can use the internet that way. There's a lot of good YouTube videos on stuff like that. And then go out and do it. It's going to take you longer to do it than it takes, you know, the professional to do it. But when you're done, you're going to know how, and you're going to have self-confidence. Your gutter's falling off your house. Don't pay a handyman to fix it. Fix it yourself. Your door is creaking. Fix it. Do these things yourself. Don't pay people to do these things. You got trees to plant them yourself. Don't pay a garden crew to come in and plant your trees, but just start learning how to do things yourself. Most things aren't rocket science or neurosurgery. All right, most things you can learn to do yourself. And initially you won't be as effective at it as somebody who does it every day, but you'll get good at it. And so just start doing stuff. Start trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient. And then something else that, you know, I've been in the survivalist movement for a long time, and something we could all probably work on a little bit is people skills, right? We're kind of curmudgeonly, a lot of us, you know, we don't get along well with others, don't play well with others. You better start learning how, because groups of people do better than lone individuals. Now, yeah, you got to choose your group. Yeah, you have to, you know, be careful about who you associate with. But generally speaking, you're going to be working in groups. And in a long-term scenario, you'll be with a group of people. And so you might as well learn now how to get along. You should learn how to make a point, accept a point, argue, concede an argument, negotiate, compromise, right? You know, make people happy. I mean, you know, you need to get along with people, and you need to develop those people skills. And I'm talking about real people. I'm not talking about some dude right here that you're going to, you know, send a comment to, or some avatar on the internet. I'm talking about living, breathing people, you know, that you can see, touch, feel, smell, you know, people that you really have to deal with. Learn how to get along with people. And all these little suggestions that I just gave you are things that you have to go do. And they basically require you to get away from that computer to do them. And so step away from your computer, you know, get out there. Go out there. It's a big wide world. Sweat. Get hot. Get cold. You know, get dirty. Get tired. Get frustrated. And then work your way through those problems. And when you come out on the other side, you're going to be a stronger person, and you'll be glad that you did. And I hope I see you out there.